In this video, we have a flying Maserati in Race A. Race B sees absolute carnage and chaos at Laguna, Seca, and in Daily Race C, I cause a crash in a tunnel. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gran Turismo weekly race guide here in 2024, week number 3, and this one, it's a bit iffy to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the first race in the background then, where we're in a Maserati at the Red Bull Ring. What exactly are we doing here? Well, we're doing 5 laps. It's a grid start with a false start check, sports hard tyres, tyres on fuel and tyre wear, and it's the MC20 with bop on. So of course you can add a wing, apply your own livery, but you can't change the settings in there. DR is not on in terms of updating. SR is though, and trust me, it needs to be on for this race. Now, if you don't like this race, and I'm going to tell you in advance, I don't like this race, there are some timestamps there for you to check out. However, this race is absolute carnage, so I'm going to show you why I don't like it. Let's jump to it now. Right then, here we go. We've got all MC20s with Chicken Angel having a livery on. We've got a couple of wings on in here as well. Now, traction control on 1. I actually start in 2nd gear. Highly advise you do this as well. 2nd gear, traction control on 1. And off we go. So it was you-know-who in the background. Let's switch them lights back on in the background. Somebody hit somebody else there, but you can see 2nd gear quite good because this car hits the limiter very quickly indeed. Turn number 1 then, in we go. Always a tad scary. However, shout out to the South African there, avoided me as we went into turn 1. So all good, all's fair as we continue on towards where it really gets nasty. It really does at this corner. So I'm now pretty scared at this moment in time, wondering where to go here. I'm braking really early. Got somebody sending it down the inside there. The South African gets it stopped. Somebody else sends it as well. We've got ghosting in here happening as well. That depends on your DRSR as we continue on out. But we all survived weirdly, and I've gone to the back of the pack essentially after all of that. Been a bit too cautious, should we say. Head down towards the next right-hander then. 3 wide up ahead as we go into this corner then. Slowing it down very early on the brakes again. The ghosting having its own play there. Somebody's gone off. We're going to have a look at that in the bloopers. We've got a lot of bloopers this week. Just an FYI there as we continue on through here then. So up to P9 then as we go in towards this left-hander. The person behind me is going to absolutely send it down the inside, crash into me, but then crash into the German. So we'll retake that position, thank you, as we continue on through then. Happy days indeed. In towards the next left we go. We've got, who's that? We've got Black Devil on the right-hand side then as we continue on through here. And we are just going to get ahead of them then. So we go up to P8. We're actually going to go up to P7 there in 4th gear. Carolyn must have had an issue with the gears then as we go hard on the brakes into the penultimate corner then. And we're up to P7. So not too shabby of a start in the grand scheme of the chaos. But the chaos is going to continue throughout this race and this video, as you're about to see then. As we continue on out of here, they're 3 wide up ahead. Where on earth do you go when they're 3 wide in towards turn 1? Well, I'm going to stay out of this as best as I can and try and take advantage on the exits. That's what I'm doing here. Slight tap up ahead. Nothing major there between the French driver and Blue Race as we go into the right then. Going to continue on out of here. I'm looking to try and get the inside a boost there, but it didn't quite work out. And for Chihuahua, I'm not pronounced that right. Yeah, just basically capitalised on the bit of bump drafting I gave there. We're going to head up towards this corner once again. Hard on the brakes as we go into this corner. Slowing it down nicely. And boom! Oh, dear me. Absolute. I don't know who did that. Oh, my word. Absolutely terrible. I've got damage all over the place. The car is dead, basically. Look at the damage down there. All the wheels, all the bumpers. Just ruined. So we're back down to P12. After that, and that's why SR does need to be on. We've got lots of penalties up ahead, so the South African's got a 0.5. The Polish driver of, I can't even see who that is, has a 3-second penalty then. They get a lot of oversteer on that exit, so we managed to come through there as they were losing it, and we then slightly tapped them. Apologies for that as we go through. So back up into P8 we go. Thank goodness, as we go into the right-hander. What a crazy race this has been so far. Let's fast forward a little bit then, see if we can catch up to the next part then. Going in towards turn 1, taking the wide line in as we go into here. 4th gear has been contacted between Blue Racer and the Spanish driver. We do get a run on them this time though, and we continue on through up into P6. We're making places now. There's space up ahead, fresh air up ahead, but we're coming to the dreaded corner once again as we go hard on the brakes into here. And oh, hello, where are you going? Flying! We got an agile flying Maserati MC20. Yeah, this race is just bonkers. It really is bonkers. They'll let try to avoid me, to be fair, but we'll have a look at that one in the bloopers as well. As I say, there'll be a lot of bloopers in this one, so sit back and relax when we get to that moment in this video. hard on the brakes and in towards this right-hander. I've got dirt on my tyres from the previous corner. I'm trying to give space to Blue Racer on my left-hand side there, and I do give enough space. And as we continue on through here, that's absolutely hilarious. The flying Maserati. You don't see that very often. Anyway, in towards the... Often? At all, Tids. What are you on about? Anyway, into this race we go. Back down to P7. Blue Racer up ahead. There's the wing I was talking about. Let's advance towards lap number 4 then. They're side by side again up ahead. The French driver loves being on the inside on this corner, apparently. As we go into here, looking for the boost out the corner again. Foot to the floor. Off we go. Can I do it? No, I tried to get the inside. It didn't work. We did get ahead of Blue Racer, though. So we're back up into P6 as we continue towards the next corner. What can we do when we get up here then? That is the question. Hard on the brakes. Anyone coming up behind me this time? Oh, someone's getting close. I have to release the brakes to avoid the contact. I released the brakes. That's why I've gone wide. Release them to avoid the contact. Blue Racer capitalizes, gains another place. And you can see me there. I'm getting frustrated at this moment. I can't do anything in that corner. If someone comes barreling in at 3 billion miles an hour. So you are going to experience that throughout this week on this race, I'm sure. The Maserati's brakes are shocking, apparently. It carries a lot of speed. As you see up ahead, somebody else got off. That's the French driver off. Blue Racer nearly goes and follows suit there. But we're back up into P6 here. Let's see what we can do versus Blue Racer. Oh, the oversteer from Blue Racer then. And, oh god, Blue Racer's about to go off from that oversteer. So we're up into P5. At this moment, I thought, okay, let's go for the fastest lap. Anyway, we advance further on, final lap here, and look up ahead now. So you see two Germans going at it, but that particular German they're trying to force the other one off there is Lucy. Lucy, or Lose. We might call them Loser based on the end of this one, but we'll see as we go into the left-hander. Going through here then, we're going to try and accelerate. Again, trying to control the car as best as we can. I was looking at the inside, but at this moment, because I saw them try to take out Black Devil, I was being very cautious here. I'm still purple somehow after all of this. Anyway, Black Devil goes off, unfortunately, as we continue on through here. And I get a good run on him here, so I'm on the inside. And they're going to try and turn into me now. So I start turning left to avoid that then as we go hard on the brakes. So, of course, they're going to outbrake themselves because they're pretty moronic as we go through here. And as we go into this last corner, I know what's coming. You know what's coming, folks. A ram from behind because they're something special. They are very special. I tried to come back on, but unfortunately, that failed miserably as we get spun around there. So, yeah. Loser is what I would say. A bit of a moron. I am going to try and report them, of course, as I always do. In fact, I'll probably put a bit of feedback in my Discord about how I'm going to report going forward and hopefully get that idea in there as well. But yeah, a moronic driver there in P3. But congratulations, Chicken Angel and Mario Sonic there for advancing through the field. Now, turn 1. This is how you do the circuit if you want to do this race. Starter curbs are your brake markers for this one. Normally it's 100 board. Starter curbs because of the braking and the speed we're carrying. Hard on the brakes. I'm not going to engine brake that much in this, okay? So 4th gear. Stay in 4th gear, okay? It's very, very, very nice on exit in 4th gear. It just settles down and it just starts going. The turbo really helps pull the car along to use 4th gear for this Maserati MC20. In towards the next corner again. Like I said before, starter curbs. The very start of the curbs are your brake marker for this Maserati. So that's what I'm going to use here again. Now, you are going to want to go to 3rd gear for this corner, not 4th gear. So we're going to come down the gears. 3rd gear around the 100 board there as we slow the car down nicely. Now, on exits, do be careful of power oversteer in 3rd gear. So I lift a little bit and then go again. It just sort of allows the tyres to grip a little bit rather than constantly spin. That's why I did that on that corner. Heading down towards this right-hander. Once again, it's the same brake marker, the start of the curb. Or the grass, if you want to use the grass and try and brake that tiny bit later, using some engine braking, of course. But I'm using the start of the curbs here. That's just a nice, easy marker. It's very early, and you can stop the car nicely. So we drop to 3rd gear here as we go into this corner. Now, short shift to 4th gear, because on exit, 3rd gear is very tricky indeed. It's a bit quicker, but it can be very tricky. So stay in 4th gear as we continue on out of that corner. Now, forget the starter curbs. We're now using the 100 board. So remember, on Group 3, Group 4, we used the 50 board at this point. We're using the 100 board. It's just past our usual brake marker here. And that's what we're going to use for this corner. Again, drop to 3rd gear if you need to. And then you want to short shift to 4th again. And control the car and exit. It will want to oversteer with the way the weight is transitioned in the car. As we continue on, we're looking for, as the curb starts to shrink. That's what I've highlighted there. Or what you're wondering what I've highlighted at least. I'm looking to brake just before I get to that. And you can see I'm doing that right here. Again, early brake markers here. You want to control the car. So coming into here, letting the car roll a little bit, slowly coming on the throttle. It will want to oversteer, and you are going to want to lift through this corner a little bit just to straighten the car up and then go okay. We're going to head towards the penultimate corner then, and on the left-hand side, we've got the start of the curb. Of course we have. It's not the Marshalls this time. It's the start of the curb. Again, be patient with this car. Brake early, let the car roll, let the car do its own thing here. So 4th gear, I'm staying in 4th gear. I come in, I'm rolling with the car, trying to get on the throttle as early as I can. And as we go down here, basically, as the grass starts to hit the edge of the screen and as it gets bigger, that's when I brake. Really weird marker to explain, but that's what I'm using in this scenario, okay? So the grass has just started hitting the edge of the screen. That's when I start braking. 4th gear again through this last corner. And as I accelerate out, I'm just slowing up in the revs where it doesn't want to oversteer, and I can just quickly go through the line. That's the Maserati MC20 in a nutshell, and I'm forgetting the Red Bull Ring entirely because we're going to Laguna Seca, a car profile circuit, and we're in Group 3. This should be very interesting indeed. And as you can see, I chose the one which leads in the car profiles here at Laguna Seca. What exactly we're doing here? Well, we're doing 6 laps. It's on racing hard tyres, and critically, the bop is on, but you can change suspension, differential, and your brake balance. I've just managed to fit it all in there for you. So the AMG GT Evo is what I've chosen here. Let's jump to the race then. Let's have a look exactly what happens. Right then, here we go. We've got the AMG GT3 in pole with Blue Racer choosing that. We've got, oh no, we've got Kimmy in this race. Oh no. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. And if you are enjoying this video, do give it a like with Laguna Seca starting in a stupid place there. So if you can, PD, change it, please, because we should all start on the start-finish straight. Otherwise, the last few people are just going to have a boring race because they start so far back. Right, Maserati there with a beautiful move on the Porsche of Schlungi here as we head up to the King for the first time of asking as we go into here. Now, if you're wondering about brake balance, I put that in the description. In terms of the setups, I'm using a stock setup on all of this, including the time trials. I'm using a stock setup. And when I mean time trials, I mean the guides I do, the lap guides after. Schlungi got it all wrong there into the corkscrew. I had to basically stop there to avoid hitting the Porsche. Right, let's get into the racing action then. This is what we are here for then as we go hard on the brakes into the last corner at Laguna. We've got a Beetle with a penalty up ahead. Oh, the Porsche nearly losing it there on the exit. Does the Swiss driver as we head towards turn 1. What can we do versus that Porsche? I nearly chose the Porsche, to be honest with you, because that's up there on the car profiles as well. As we head down here, then looking down the inside, not going to quite work here. Oh, does Schlungi... Oh, Schlungi stops it, to be fair. We've got the Corvette of Kingdom coming around the outside, or trying to, at least, as we leave that corner. A bit of good racing going on here so far as we go. Oh, hello. What happened there? Everyone just stopped. Apologies for the hit there, Schlungi. I've got some damage on my front here, so I'm going to have to be very careful of that Corvette as we go through this right-hander. Can we nail it? Oh, shouldn't touch the curb there, Tidge, or the sausage, should I say. And the Corvette goes right down the inside, so I'm leaving them some space, which is what you're supposed to do as we go into the left there, leaving them space on the inside, and we managed to keep that position with the damage, fortunately, there. Good racing with you there, Kingdom. Then as we head up towards the King once again, as we go, oh, we got a yellow flag. Who's been there going through there here then? Who's out on the right hand side? Oh, it's Shelty. Shelty's the gunner. Also picking the AMG then as we go into here. I'm assuming picking it because it's top of the car profiles. And if you don't watch them, make sure you do check them out, folks. It tells you which are the best cars in Group 3 and which are the cars to avoid in Group 3. And this is a particular track we do use for that. Maserati with a good move down the inside there. Oh, the Porsche gets it all wrong. We're down the inside of them. We get that place then. Very opportunistic, I would say, as we head down towards the final corner. And if we look in that mirror, the Porsche just pushing the Corvette off. The Corvette goes for a spin then. Continue through here. MG Flash has gone there. Schlungi's flung it around the outside, should we say. And Doc had the penalty as well. So where are we going to end up after all of this? P9 then, after all said and done. Oh, we're going up the grid at least. We really are as we head down towards turn number 1 then. And hard on the brakes, just on the inside of Schlungi here. Can we get it done? We're on the apex. We're through. We're past then. We're up into P8. So we are making moves now, finally. Oh, it is to the back of Maserati. Definitely braking very heavy for that corner. I'm not used to that, to be honest with you. I'm assuming that's because of the Italian up ahead. Maybe braking harder than expected. Not too sure. As we continue on through here then, we get a run of both of them. I'm going to give Maserati the bump draft because we race Maserati all of the time as we go into the left-hander then, looking try around the outside. This doesn't really work too often in Gran Turismo. It does work in other games. It doesn't work so much in Gran Turismo. Go defensive then versus the Porsche as we head up towards the King. Then I did not want them going for the move there. As we go through here then, we're going to get it. Oh, I say we're going to... Oh! Hey, folks, come on. Round of applause for that little recovery there. Come on, that was pretty much gone at that point. Anyway, MC Flash is going around the outside of the corkscrew. Just gone off a bit too much, a bit too deep. I'll look at that in the bloopers if I was an effect there. I'm not too sure. Lap number 4, back at the King then. Through the left-hander we go. We're still stuck behind this Porsche of Schlungi. What can we do? Marasonic's escaped here now as we've got Hazma car up ahead. Now, I did sense that these two are probably going to take each other out. I did actually say this at the time. The question is, are they going to? And that's what I really want to happen, to be honest with you. So I can escape and at least put a couple of good laps in and have a good race with Maserati. That was what my goal was here anyway. Let's go into this right-hander then. What's going to happen here? Through we go. Oh, the Italian's gone. He recovers it nicely. Going to go hard on the brakes. But the Italian about to send it on the Swiss driver. Does take him out a little bit there. We'll take that. 2 for 1. Happy days. You see me laughing there. I'm going to put a short together of that moment just so you can believe that I actually did say that, because I promise you I did say it. The final lap then. Here we go. We did have a clean lap here. We didn't get the fastest lap though, unfortunately, as we go in towards Turbo 1. Marisonic with a move on the Austrian up ahead. X12 R13. We'll call you 13 from now on as we continue on out of here then in the Peugeot RCZ. Now we still have to do a car profile on that car actually as we continue on through here. We have done a Beat the Meta video with that car, just not a car profile yet, as we go into the right-hander. Now, if you do want to see a car for Beat the Meta, make sure you check out the Beat the Meta video. If you're not sure what I've done, or if you know what I've done, let me know your vote in the comments as we send it down the inside. They did indicate, to be fair, to let me go, so I will take that position. I'm actually going to put my thumbs up here to say thank you. I have no idea where my hazards button is. Still not mapped it as we head towards the end of this race. Marisonic down the inside of Goat 46, and as we look down the inside of them, as we head up towards this corner, hard on the brakes, a slight tap between us there as we continue on out. They did leave enough room, to be fair, as we continue on out there. Just a slight misjudgment potentially there, but even so, come home in P6 at Laguna Seca. Very hard race to overtake on. It really is. Congratulations to Blue Racer there winning, and we did avoid the person in question in P2 there, thankfully. So all's well that ends well in this race. Now let me tell you how to do Laguna Seca. The markers I use, of course, constantly every single week here at Laguna Seca. So heading towards turn 1, you got the end of the dirt, the start of the tarmac on the right side, or the 3 boards. You can use either of them. Depends on the car, of course. Depends on your setup if you're using one. Remember, I'm not using a setup here, and my brake balance is in the description. It's +3 for this one as we continue on through here. Be careful on exit of power oversteer. You will suffer a lot in a lot of cars there. As we head to the next turn, then you've got the 2 board or the start of the thicker gravel. There it goes, sand to gravel. You can use either of them. I'm using the 2 board in this AMG GT Evo as we go into here. Slowing it down nicely. Short shift to 3rd gear to avoid any oversteer on exits. It can be a bit unsettling in this car. As we head towards the next corner then, you got the tannoy on the left, or the 1, or the end of the curb is what you can use here. I'm using the tannoy at this moment in time. I'm just dabbing the brakes here as I turn in. And I really want to just avoid the sausage, but get as close to it as I can. And that's what I do right there. Again, be careful on exit. If you do clip the gravel, or sorry, the sand like that, you can spin the car out. Heading towards the next corner then, you got the 3 board or the white box on the right-hand side, okay? Use either of these as your markers. Now, you actually want to take a wider line in. Taking a tight line in just forces a bit of a dodgy exit, so I take a wider line in, looking for the apex where the sausage is, then accelerate out. I do short shift on exit again to avoid some power oversteer. The racing hard tyres are very slippy. The kink then, here we go. So you got the 2 board or the white box. I'm using the 2 board on racing hard tyres. And what you want to do here is avoid the sausage. Avoid it at all costs. Okay, if you touch it, you're probably going to go flying. As we go to here, short shift to 4th gear. And I nearly touched the sand. Now, if you do clip the sand, it's more than likely going to force it off. But you can bring it back just if you do give it a good try. Now, on the right side, we've got a pickup truck there. The perfect brake marker at the corkscrew. You can try and get as close to the 3 board as you can, but the pickup truck, as that hits the edge of your screen, is a really solid brake marker. As you come into here, you want to cut a bit of the left. Now, straight line the right as much as possible as we continue on out of there. And just be careful of oversteer, of course. Now, I've highlighted this tree. This tree is a lift-off marker. Maybe dab the brakes slightly. Essentially, it's where you need to start controlling the car and start turning towards the apex, okay? That's what I'm doing here. Trying to get the car in. Once I clip the curb, I can accelerate through. Get over towards that left-hand side. And what we're looking for there is the start of the red and white curbing, which I've got there. Or the 2 board is at the same place, but sometimes that gets wiped out. Red and white curbing. Hard on the brakes as you go into this cambered corner, this one, remember, so get on the inside as much as you can. It will help you through the corner as we head towards the final corner. And a couple of markers here that you can use. I'm using the end of the building now. That's more my focus. I used to use that white box that I've highlighted there near the pit lane, but the building is a better marker in my opinion. It's bigger, it's bolder, you can see it. So hard on the brakes here. 1st gear, going to short shift to 2nd to avoid power oversteer on exit. As we continue on out of there, we're going to head towards the line. Remember, this is a lap that is not using a setup. It's a default setup, just +3 brake balance at 121.6. They can get a 0.3 or a 0.2 there, I'm sure of it. Now, we've already jumped to Daily Race Heat here. We're in a Ferrari 458 Group 4 car, and you're probably going, Tidge, you're going the wrong way at Grand Valley. I am. It's the reverse layout this week. Now, we're racing 9 laps here at Grand Valley Highway Reverse. It's a rolling start, medium and hard tyres. The hard is required. times 7 fuel, and just like the previous race, suspension, differential, and brake balance are adjustable. Now, let me talk about this race quickly. Fuel does matter, which is why I'm in the Ferrari. It's the meta of fuel saving. We all know this. And Grand Valley Highway can have some track limit penalties. Let's jump to the race then. Let's have a look exactly what happens. Right then, let's go with the final race. We've got 650S in pole, Master 3. I think that's going to be the meta car by the end of the week. Once those diff settings have been worked out, it's definitely going to be the meta car. Now, as I said earlier, if you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. And if you are enjoying this video, do give it a like. It does help me out knowing that you like this video. We've just jumped ahead of Womble straight away there. Womble struggling at the start, maybe fuel saving, not too sure. And into the tunnel we go for the very first time. Now, this tunnel corner is both frustrating and epic at the same time. It's an awesome corner. There's parts of this track I absolutely love. And in fact, this reverse layout, I prefer over the forward layout. This layout is beautiful and awesome. Oh my God, it's so good as a time trial track. And that's the critical part I'm about to say, time trial. As a racetrack, this could be very difficult to race, and we're going to see why as we go through this video. As we fast forward a little bit here, up ahead, everybody's absolutely everywhere. Obviously, everyone's struggling with this circuit because we've not raced it before. The first time we've raced it in daily races here as we look down the inside of Mario Sonic. Not going to get the job done there as we go into the left. Well defended from Mario Sonic there as we continue on through here then. And in towards the right we go as we slow it down there. Now, this circuit I started learning this morning. So 6:30 I started, and by 7 this is the race, the first race we do, 7 a.m. and hard on the brakes we go, looking on the inside of Mario Sonic. This is my pace at this moment, and then I've gone on since and set a quality lap. That lap I've done, by the way, that was with a stock setup, and again, this race stock setup, plus 5 brake balance though, for those interested. That's also in the description. Now, we are side by side Mario Sonic here. Shelty up ahead in that Mazda 3 there, just accelerating away from the other Ferrari here as we head in towards the final corner, then hard on the brakes. You do need to take a tighter line for this corner to get the job done. The Russian there does see me as we come out this corner, and we do get the job done. I'm trying to get the slipstream here to break away. I really probably should have given this Mario Sonic over me trying to get the slipstream, but I'm trying to stay ahead of both of them here. As we head into the tunnel, one thing I would advise is don't go side by side in the tunnel. There you go. See me shaking my head. Don't go for it there. As we go through here, I'm trying to maintain the speed. Unfortunately, I've ran a bit wide here. I've gone off the circuit, and unfortunately, I'm going to get a penalty there. There is track limits on the exit there. You have to stay within the white lines, and we're going to get it there. There you go. But we do survive it. Now, initially, I thought I was taking it this lap, but you can see that I don't have the yellow graphic that Mascaffi has up ahead in terms of taking that penalty. So I'm trying to get towards the left-hand side as quick as I can because I haven't realised yet. Remember, it's 7 a.m. here. Do give me some credit here, folks. 7 a.m. I've been up most of late last night, fixing my desk, of course, because I've extended it now. But as we head in towards the left-hander, we managed to keep the position then, hopefully. But they're trying around the outside here. Wow. Nailed it. Brakes nailed it. I forgot that even happened there. Absolutely nailed it round the outside. That's a beautiful move. It really was. As we continue on through here then. Really well played with that move. My word. I really got done there. Next few laps, obviously, I took the penalty. Didn't lose any places. We're back in the racing action. Mascaffi got another penalty there. As we head towards the left-hander then, we're following the driver up ahead brakes as we go into the left-hander. Looking to try and keep this position from Mascaffi then as we go into the right. We're trying to hold pace there. I just understeered a little bit there, but nothing major. It's going to happen there with the way the front lifts with the uphill section as we go in towards the right-hander. Hard on the brakes, Mascaffi round the outside. Mascaffi's on the inside for the next corner, though. We're giving each other room. It's beautiful racing, and Mascaffi keeps it. Looking to get the cutback, though. Can we do this? Through the left we go. Still side by side. This is wonderful stuff here. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Really well played to Mascaffi, who does race in VR as well. So that's awesome stuff. Really well played there as we head into the braking zone now. Just chilling out a little bit here, and we'll try it once again. But you are seeing it. It's very hard to overtake, and that's my point from earlier on. Very, very, very hard to overtake here. We have been fuel saving a little bit here. We're going for the run on Mascaffi, and this is why you don't do the tunnel side by side. So we're going to here. I'm like, okay, let's try it. Coming into here, you just understeer a bit too much. I pushed Mascaffi into the tunnel. That's completely my fault. I'm going to wait for Mascaffi here. Now, I had a recent question. I mentioned it on stream as well. How long do you wait before overtaking someone? Sometimes it can be very quick. In that situation, though, you wait until they've got rid of their damage, and that's exactly what I did. And you can see that there with me lifting, but we've now finished with the damage. We're going to get into the racing action as we head towards this tunnel. I'm not going to do what I did previously, which is go side by side with Mascaffi. I've decided I'm going to back off. They see me lift in here. I'm trying to look for a place to overtake properly here. So I go through this tunnel line. Nothing I can do there, really. In towards the right, we've got yellow flag up ahead. In towards the left, we go. Mascafi just gets it wrong. So this is my chance. This is a good overtaking spot here. As we go down the inside then, we do get it stopped then, and job done. Mascafi saw me going down the inside as well. So did leave that gap open as well. Awesome racing with you, Mascafi. Really do appreciate that racing. Good stuff as we continue on out of here with a whole load of oversteer, which is great there. There's a penalty up ahead as well, but we advance further on where we catch up to Sonic in the Mazda 3. So this is why I believe this car is going to be the meta this week. Because you can alter the diff. Obviously, you can change how the acceleration works in the car, essentially, which means that the understeer should be reduced on acceleration. That means it's easier to drive, and therefore it should be easier to get the top times because it still keeps that power, and you can then obviously have the power where you want it. Vince's left though, Sonic there defending the inside. I'm trying to get a run out of the corner. You can see the run, we've got a substantial run. But as we catch up to the Mazda 3, the Mazda 3 starts to accelerate. And there's nothing I can really do. And you're probably going, Tidge, you're short shifting. 3/4 to a full on the Ferrari doesn't really matter that much. It's very, very, very non-impactful at all. As we go to the final lap then, we've still got this race with Sonic. Can we get past the TCR driver? Of course, we're TCR as well as we go into this left-hander. Oh, Sonic understeers a bit. We've got a good run out of here then. Can we do it here as we head onto the bridge? But no, the Mazda 3 just accelerates away. It really does. That car in race trim is so fast, honestly. And I hate to say it, but it will dominate. And maybe I've been wrong with the 650S being strong in the past, but this one, I just can't see it being different, but we will see as we go into the right. Now, we've got some interesting videos this week on this race coming up, actually. One tomorrow, which will be very interesting indeed. As we head down here, Sonic defending on the inside. We're going to try on the outside. We just outbrake ourselves a teeny tiny bit, and Womble's getting in on the action here in that Porsche as we go into the left-hander. We are just struggling to make any moves here at all on this Mazda 3. And a beautiful defense here from Sonic as well. It really is. Looking on the inside, Sonic just seems there. Gives me a Ferrari-sized gap there. Thank you so much. As we head towards this left-hander then. As we defend now and attack at the same time. Very hard to do at this moment in time. I know I can't get past the Mazda 3. So I'm going to stick behind the Mazda 3 and hopefully accelerate away from the Porsche, which we do in the end. And we do head towards the line. And it was a no-stop race there on the hard tyres. Finishing P6, some people did forget to change tyres, which explains also why Brates overtook me the way they did, because they've got to change tyres there as well. Let me explain how to do this lap, though, because this lap, oh, I love this lap. I love it, love it, love it. So we're approaching the 100 board, okay, and I'm still on the right-hand side. I've just started to turn now. Use that 100 board as your marker. That as you get closer to it and as you hit it, that's when you start to turn. I want you to lift. I want you to lift as you go into this, okay? And what you're then going to do is balance the throttle. It's all about the exit, okay? A later apex is a better apex for this corner, and that's why I've delayed this a bit longer. Notice I'm lifting here. I'm trying to maintain the speed. 145 is what I'm trying to do here. As I go to the right, I'm already turning right into that, and I'm already turning left into here. 143. Try and maintain that through there. And as we head towards here, depending on the speed you're carrying, depends on where you're braking. More speed, closer to the 400. Less speed, closer to the 300. Judge it accordingly, okay? Now, as you go hard on the brakes here, what you're actually going to do is lift off quite early and try and turn into it. Tap the brakes in towards this right, avoiding all the bollards. They do give you penalties. So as we go into this left-hander, I then use to start the tunnel as my brake marker. Now, we've stopped it here. These are accelerating markers, the second and third pillar. I know it's a weird accelerating marker, but it's what I've been using, and it's great, okay? So I start to use them as I continue on out of here, and look at that. We don't hit the barrier, and we get a clean run out of the corner. As we head towards the next corner. I'm not sure what my set time is here. 0.5, so quite strong first sector then. As we head towards this next one, then you can use the 200 board, but what I was using on the left-hand side, where that barrier goes into the bridge, it's a lovely marker, this one. A real perfect marker. And you want to brake and turn in early for this one. It tightens and then opens up, okay? A bit like a rally corner. So you can start accelerating really early using that marker there. The two bins or water tanks there on the left hand side, really good markers. When they hit the edge of your screen, start accelerating. Really nice marker. What we're going to use them again then is this is a brake marker for this right hander, okay? Now notice them on the left hand side of the circuit. You don't want to turn in too early for this. If you turn in too early, you're just going to understeer, like I did a little bit into Mascafi, okay? So I'll wait. I'm looking for this sort of edge, the pole there on the right side. That's my acceleration marker, okay? And as I'm turning into this, the car's going to want to oversteer a little bit, but I'm going to allow it to, okay? It's going to start gripping on the exit. And notice there, it's oversteering, but it gives me that rotation I need, and that's how I carry on through that corner. A later apex there was better, okay? As we head towards this right-hander, a very interesting corner, this one. It's in between the 200 and the 100, and it's slap bang in the middle of it, okay? You could use the grass on the left-hand side if you want, on the cliff. Now, what we're going to do here is hard on the brakes, and I want to take a really tight line, slow line, okay? Stay on the right side of the road, then in towards the left, chuck it in here, okay? Up to third gear, in towards this left-hander. I just lifted a little bit there, going into that left, and this is where you brake. You do need to brake for this right-hander. You can use the edge of the concrete there, or try and get close to 100. I'm using the concrete, okay? But dab the brake, turn in, and start accelerating immediately. You've got to be aggressive. If you're aggressive, you're going to gain loads of time there because it's uphill this moment, and you need to carry all the speed you can, okay? Now, as we're approaching the hairpin, use the barrier going into a brick wall there, or stone wall, should I say, on the right-hand side. That's your brake marker. It's just before the 100, okay? Wider line, okay? Very easy to take a tight line here, think you're gaining, but on the exit, and this is a bad exit by me, to be honest, I could have carried more speed. It's all about getting the best exit up this hill. It's a long hill. The more speed you carry out that corner, the better. Honestly, you need the speed going up here. Now, I've marked the 200. It's actually around 180, I would say, in terms of board and distance. So it's just after the 200 board, you're going to brake. And you need to take a tight line for this corner, okay? Tight line. So as I come into here, I'm staying on the left-hand side of the road. And what I'm looking for is the same marker I used going the other way, is the concrete going into sand. Lovely marker. The second that hits the edge of your screen, hit your throttles. You can't see the exit, but you're going to make it, and you can accelerate out, and hopefully you're going to get a fantastic lap. We're going to head towards the finish line here, and we get a 154.2. 153s are possible on default setup. Keep that in mind, but I am using +5 brake balance. Right, bloopers time. So first up, the Polish driver here actually takes avoiding action, and really good avoiding action. So a shout out to you for that one, Iktomius there. Really good avoiding action, good sportsmanship. Now, we jumped at a RAS end, so this was lap 2. We all know or remember what happened here. Going hard on the brakes, turns into me there. You should have gone left. You went right there. That was bad driving by you to hit people there, and you caused absolute carnage. Next time, if you outbrake yourself, just go left and you crash yourself. Don't crash everybody else off. Now, on board the Spaniard who went flying here. Why did the Spanish driver go flying? Oh, they got hit from behind then. Took avoiding action on me. Tried to avoid the other driver as well. Really good avoiding action there by Rafa. So, yeah, even though you went flying, fair play with that avoiding action as we jump to the loser, as we are calling them at the moment. So through this right we go. I'm just watching them versus Mario Sonic here. And look at this. They're going to keep turning right as if Mario Sonic wasn't there. Mario Sonic kept his line there, just was like, nope, you're not having it. Carried on. So we jump back to said driver then. And we're going to watch them now all the way up to the incident, of course. So they understeer off themselves. They're going to come back on. But watch this. They purposefully go to punt Black Devil there. Really bad driving, dirty driving. Again, this is one I want to report because there's just no need for it. They didn't meet the entire race, and then suddenly, because it's the last lap, they feel they can just push people off because they're a moron. But we're going to continue on here. You see they've just unfortunately gone off there. So we've got a good run on them here. So notice I've got the run on them there. Oh, towards the right side. I'm alongside. They were turning into me there. So they give me some room finally. I know they're going to outbrake themselves because they're too focused on me at that point, and they're going to go for the move here. And once again, what they're going to do is they're just going to aim for me on this last corner. You can see that there. They've purposely aimed for me to punt me off because, again, they're a loser. And yeah, I just couldn't get on the track as good there. So very frustrating. I will be reporting that driver. What happened to Chelsea coming into here? Oh, hello. The sausage got them, I think, there. Chelsea spinning that AMG GT Evo round there. So, unfortunately, Chelsea is off there. Right, what's next then? We've got the Swiss driver here going in towards this right-hander then. That's where they lost it and gained it. And oh, yeah, this is the pushing off, wasn't it? So, you can see here. Yeah, just pushing somebody off there. You need to be aware of your surroundings there. You just pushed them a bit too much. So, yeah, you should have waited at that point. You did push them off. Right, we've got the Italian driver here. What happened with the Italian driver? Coming into here, aims for MG Flash. So you're a moron as well, apparently, as we continue on out of here. And this is arguably, I did sort of, when I started seeing their driving, I could see what was happening. It's sort of like, you can see that. Going to here then, Flash just took a bit too much of the inside curb there. That's very slippy, that bit there. And the way it crests, it just unsettles the car. I can see exactly what happened there by MG Flash. So here we go. We've got the Italian and the Swiss driver then, heading in towards this left-hander. Contact between the two, but arguably the Swiss driver's on the inside, so you should give that up. Never go too wide there. Purposefully tries to push MG Flash off. Not the greatest there. As we go into here then, you tag the Corvette, which tags MG Flash, which tags the Swiss driver. So you're just causing carnage. And I have no idea why, other than just driving moronically. So we've got two morons in the same video at the moment. So going through here then, they unsettle the car a little bit there. We're going to go into the right. Oh, it looks like the Corvette driver had enough there. Which, it's understandable, to be honest with you. So, that makes it... Oh, the Corvette driver's gone as well! Oh, it's all off now, isn't it? So, going into the right-hander then. What's happening to the Swiss driver? Where did they go? Oh, onto the sand and for a bit of a spin there. Oh, somebody else spinning behind them. They are indeed. Oh, it's the Italian! Hey, the Italian spun as well. I said they would take each other out. There you go. The Italian spins around. Oh, unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. I forget why I edit sometimes. I completely forgot about that. Next up then, the tunnel incident. Let's have a look at this then. On the brakes, we are slowing down more than normal here. Slight tap on Maserati just for the understeer there, and that's why I brake. Completely my fault, this one. It really is. As we look on Maserati's perspective. And this is why I always say it's how you react to an incident. We all make mistakes. This is a mistake from my part here. Coming into here then. And you can see there, just carried a bit too much speed. I did there. And you can see Maserati also gets damaged. I did recognise that. That's why I lifted on the other bridge there that we go to. Finally, I did see a yellow flag points in this race. Now, we're going to have a look at this finish driver then. What happens here then? Well, he'll find at the moment then as we go into the left-hander. Oh, that's not flat. That is not flat. Oh, big incident. Yes, don't go flat through that left, folks. It can get very slippy on the exit and the spin can happen. Now, if you did enjoy this video, do give it a like, subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. That's going to be it for me, though, folks. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. 2 videos there. Check out the Beat the Meta and also a car profile that I've talked about in this video. But, as always, a big thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.